This week we're making my mouth-watering lemongrass chicken with no soy, fish sauce, or other fermented ingredients. So let's get into it.
Hi, this is Max from lowhistamineeats.com, where we make and share histamine-friendly recipes.
Usually, the lemongrass chicken you get at a restaurant has been marinated overnight in lime juice, fish sauce, garlic, sugar, and lemongrass. But that's not really an option for us. So to make up for that loss of tenderization, we're cooking at a low heat and flavoring the fat from the start. But don't worry, this recipe is still packed with flavor thanks to antihistamine herbs like garlic, ginger, and lemongrass. For those of you who can't tolerate lime juice, you can sub it for 1 teaspoon of lime zest and a half teaspoon of sumac, or 1 teaspoon of amateur powder, though neither will be a perfect swap. Here's what you'll need. 5 tablespoons avocado oil or olive oil, a half a large onion, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of fresh or frozen ginger, 1/4 cup of chopped frozen lemongrass, a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast or pork loin, 2 to 3 teaspoons of coconut sugar, a teaspoon of sea salt, a tablespoon of lime juice, and 3 large lime leaves, fresh or frozen but not dried. That is optional. You'll probably need to get some of the ingredients from your local Asian market, but in the US you can buy anything you can't find online from We, which is an online Asian market, which I'll link in the description. So let's get to cooking. Step 1 is all prep. First, chop your meat into small pieces and prepare the onion, ginger, garlic, and lemongrass. I hate touching raw meat, so I had my fiance cut the chicken into bite-sized chunks while I grated the fresh ginger on a microplane and set it aside. For those using frozen meat, just place it into a bowl of warm water for about 15 minutes before cutting it up, mincing your garlic in the meanwhile, and then finally chopping up your half an onion. I cut the whole thing now and set aside the rest for tomorrow's stir fry. Finally, I heated my frozen lemongrass just enough to scrape off a 1/4 cup and then refreeze it, and squeezed about half a fresh lime to get the juice I need. Now, step 2. Heat the oil in a large pan over medium heat, add the onion, and cook for 3 to 4 minutes until softened but not yet browning. Set a timer if needed, and don't heat the oil for more than a minute before adding the onion or it may start to smoke. Next, turn heat to medium-low and then add half of each the garlic and ginger, letting it cook for about 30 seconds before adding in all the chicken. Once you've added the chicken, stir it well to make sure it's all evenly coated in oil, and then arrange it in a thin layer in your pan, cooking for about 6 minutes, stirring occasionally. This is the perfect time to chop up your lime leaves if using them. Don't forget to remove the stems. Cutting them with kitchen scissors is even easier than chopping them. Once the outside of the meat has begun to cook, meaning it's mostly white with very little visible pink, add the lemongrass and the rest of your garlic and ginger, stirring everything until well combined. Keeping the heat on medium-low, cook for about 8 more minutes, focusing on letting the meat cook and not letting any of the sauce stick to the bottom of the pan. You'll need to stir it every couple of minutes. If anything begins to stick, add water 1 tablespoon at a time until everything forms a thick sauce again. I've only ever had to do this a couple of times and never more than 1 tablespoon of water. So if it starts to evaporate too quickly, your heat may be too high. Once the chicken is mostly cooked, there should still be a slightly watery sauce underneath. Add the sugar and salt to the mix, turn the heat up to medium-high, stirring everything well, and then cooking for about 2 or 3 more minutes until the sugar begins to caramelize. Be careful of splattering oil and stir it every 15 to 20 seconds, but not constantly. Finally, turn off the heat and move the pot to a cool burner, then add the lime juice and stir well. All that's left is to plate it up and sprinkle some chopped lime leaf on top for an extra burst of flavor. This dish goes great with rice or garlic-infused veggies for a low-histamine lunch or dinner. And there you have it! Don't forget to like and subscribe for more low-histamine recipes like this one. See you in the next